I'd like to tell you a little bit about the lights that we got here in 7303. Of course, you know what 7303 is. It's the car that we're recreating that was scrapped in Baltimore when we didn't know it was going to be scrapped. The cars were all scrapped at Boston Metals. Here's a picture of them being scrapped. This car back here is number 7301, which was originally 7023, which was the car we were supposed to have. Unfortunately, we didn't have. This was also a car we were supposed to have, the Broliner, which we lost. But the one thing that we noticed at the Broliner is all of these light fixtures down here. These light fixtures are aluminum. They're not what every single PCC car ever built in America had. The only cars that had those light fixtures were the Baltimore St. Louis cars. Everybody else had these. This is a standard bullseye PCC light. Every single PCC car ever built in America had one of these, or not one of these, many of these, and variations. They had different types of globes, but they were all the same thing. They were all a single light bulb inside of a reflective socket, and it showed a nice lot of light throughout the car. However, Baltimore decided on something different. They wanted this. These were nicknamed ice cube tray lights, and they were a stock feature from the Keystone Car Lighting Company, and they were in the Keystone catalog of 1939, which is like the Amazon catalogs today for streetcars. Everything that you ever needed for a streetcar was in this catalog. And on page 345 were these ice cube tray lights. They came in two different varieties. One was for the inside of a streetcar, one for the inside of a railroad car. However, the only known streetcars ever to get them were the 1936 Baltimore Transit Company PCC cars. In order to make the 1936 PCC cars accurate, we're having to modify this car. Of course, this car, when we got it, had a version of these. We had to cut the ceiling out. We had to make the new light fixtures. Actually, we didn't make them. Paul Ritterhoff made them, the late Paul Ritterhoff. He was a metalsmith and an absolute master craftsman. And he took one section of these, and this is an original section from the lights that were found down in the junkyard, right in front of this car, and kept. He went into his basement and made up a whole car's worth of these things. John Roth and his crew have come down here and completely installed the replicas in this car. And in a few seconds we'll go in this car and we'll show you what it looks like all completed. So these were the kind of lights that every other PCC car had. These were the kind of lights that our Baltimore St. Louis Car Company PCC cars had. So in just a few minutes, few seconds, however long it takes you to sit down and relax now, we'll go inside the car and show you what the lights look like inside. Thanks. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, now we're inside the car, and we've lit the lights up for effect so that you can see what's going on. And I do want to show you where these would have gone originally. If you look up here, just above the doors, you'll see some little holes up here. These lights were in these holes, like so, and they went all the way back through the car. We still have to fill up this hole. This is where the first light was. So, we got all of these out. We put the holes through the whole ceiling to put these in, and then they were inserted up into the car, into the holes that were cut to light to the car. Then the light bulbs were put in. Todd Sestero rewired the whole mess up in here, and we now have two sets of lights all the way back through the car, all the way back, all lit up the way they were in 1936 when St. Louis Car Company built the car. We've still got some more work to do on the inside. We've got to fill up these holes. We've got to fill up a few more holes back in the back. And we're going to give the car another paint job inside, put the numbers and the lettering on, and then everything from this level up will be finished. Then we're going to start down to this level and do all that up to here. This will be the next section we do, both inside and outside. The sidewalls here are already done. They need another coat of paint. It's just a coat of primer paint that's on there. Then that gets done, and the floor comes out. New floor gets put in, and after about 3,000 years worth of work, man hours, we'll get it all done. All with your help, hopefully. We really need help in getting it done. So come down to the Streetcar Museum and help. Go to the GoFundMe page. Send some money to the Streetcar Museum. Make sure you mark your checks for 7303 only. And with luck and with your help, we'll get it all done. And as you can see, we've done quite a bit. If you would see what this car looked like when we first got it, as a matter of fact, John, if you'd like to get up, and just if you can get these pictures here, this is what the car looked like inside when it was a real estate office. It was pretty. It was a nice house. I wouldn't have minded living in it. It was a very nice conversion. But we're now converting it back to a streetcar. We're not trying to make it look like it's brand new. We're trying to make it look like it was if the Baltimore Transit Company had rebuilt it in 1955 to keep it in service. So thank you very much.